Welcome back to the railway. This week we're going to have a quick look at trying Hornby's Evening Star locomotive, the 9F. Now the box has seen better days I think, but it's definitely kept the model in good condition. We'll just have a swift look around the box. There we go, we've got the model number, R.861 BR210 locomotive, named Evening Star. There she is. Doesn't she look beautiful? Now this packaging is a very tight fit, and the information here on the packaging says so. It says, "This pack is close fitting for protection in transit. Ease model out gently by means of all finger holes provided." It really is a squeeze. I really don't like taking it in and out. Now there was a black variant of this model, came along in the Hornby Railways period in 1972, model R.861. I know there were many other variants of this right through to present day, but today we're just looking at this early green gloss variant. Swift look at the front end here. We've got the old D-shaped coupling, and we've got the bright red buffer beam with some riveting and a bit of detail in the centre here. Unusually, we've got plastic buffer heads. They're usually metal on trying models, but they seem to have gone for plastic here. Maybe they've been replaced in the past, I'm not quite sure. We've got this wonderful running number on the smoke box door. We've got 92220, really stands out quite well. Lovely detail around here too. We can see that brilliant name there down the side, Evening Star, just on a sticky paper label. And definitely not short of valve gear alongside of this model. It really is quite extensive. These screws, however, do look a bit large and over scale, holding the valve gear into the wheels, but I suppose we have to hold them on with something. Lovely orange bands on the boiler. We've got what may be safety valves here. We've got more pipe work here, beautifully picked out in white. Got these great big windows in the side of the cab here. Of course they're unglazed. We've got a lovely fine handrail there. It extends right down the side of the cab. Running number, tiny bit of it missing there, and the lining is slightly damaged, nothing too bad. We've got this wonderful bright garish pipework here. I think you have to have a sense of humour about this model. It really is a thing of its time, along with this very, very high gloss finish. Lovely detail on the tender, very simple lining, lots of rivets, beautiful black underframe detail here on the tender. Lining on the tender is nice and crisp. I don't think we have any damage to it at all here. Got a nice metal ladder on the back, a dome and a water filler perhaps up here, a lovely high coal load right to the top, and a window here for vision when moving backwards. We've got a little bit of rust developing on the ladder here, and it has become bent a little, possibly from removing in and out of the packaging over the years. Nothing too bad though, and again the side of this tender is beautiful. I don't think there's any damage to the lining at all here. Very, very nice condition. Looking at the cab from the other side, we don't have all that pipe work underneath on this side of the model. We do have, sadly, a little loss to the lining there. Again, we've got beautiful pipe work picked out in white. At the front here we have some steps built into the front bogie. We've got that great name, Evening Star, there on that sticky paper label on the smoke deflector. Lovely detail right the way along and in fairly good condition. Sadly, we've lost a little chip out of the chimney cap here, and again it's that wonderful bright metal effect, just like that pipework down the side of the cab. We can see this pipework picked out in white, or possibly cabling, extends right the way over the top of the model. And we've got what may be a hatch moulded into the top of the cab roof here. The top of the tender just clips straight off to reveal Triang's new ring-field motor, and there's a very large metal weight mounted around it. Now Triang's name doesn't appear on the inside of this bodywork at all. It does appear on the underside of the chassis when you remove the motor from it, and you can see that in the insert picture there. I had to dismantle the whole thing earlier to fit a new set of traction tyres. The old ones had simply gone hard and brittle and were just breaking away. Just peering inside the cab here, while we've got the top of the tender off, we can see we do have quite a bit of cab detail, which is quite a nice touch. Of course, it isn't painted. Again, just looking at the inside edge of the tender here, we can see we do have quite a bit of detail here. We've got doors and hinges and so on. Quite a nice touch. This being tender driven, we've got traction tyres on each of the wheels, although the centre ones are flangeless. We've got some lovely detail going on along here. We'll just rotate that over. We can see these holes here for lubricating the axles, and we can see part of the mechanism here for driving the wheels. These early models were permanently coupled, and we can see the cabling coming from the tender to collect the power from the pickups here. So we've got pickups right the way along here. We don't have them on the centre wheels, which are flangeless, and then we have another set of pickups here too. It's quite a thing. There's so much play in these wheels. If we just move them from side to side, look at that, and all the link rods as well. Just look at that. So I think when they designed this, they had to keep in mind a lot of people had first radius curves on their layouts, and it really does work well, as we'll see a little later. If we look carefully in here, we can see this truck is sprung loaded, and that just gives some pressure downwards to prevent the truck from jumping off the track.
We're going to make up a train of goods wagons for the evening start. We're going to use the Ginty to do all the hard work for that. Currently, she's just bringing these car transporters back to the sidings. Now they're model number R.861, and they were available with a range of Minix cars on them between 1965 and 74. Gently into the siding there, nice and smoothly, and then we'll switch those points behind her, and then we're going to open the crossover number 9 there. Smoothly away there, leaving the car transporters behind her, headed for the inside line through points number 9 there. Now she's model number R52, and she was available for a very long time between 1953 and into the Hornby Railways period in 1975. Gently around that first radius curve and up towards points number 1 here near the signal box, where we'll bring her gently to a stop. Now we'll switch number 1 so we can get back into the sidings and bring part of this train out. Gently back through the points, and I think we have those. We'll bring the whole lot forward again, just beyond the point, so we can switch number 2 and go back in and get the rest of the wagons. There we go, and backwards we go, through the points, and I think we have those. Now, all of these wagons are the slightly later trying Hornby ones. They all have plastic chassis, pinpoint axles and slightly finer scale wheels. Have a gentle stop there, and then we'll switch points 1 again, and then we'll move the whole lot backwards towards points number 18 in the distance there, and we'll bring the Ginty to a stop just by the signal box there. We'll leave those wagons there for the evening starter pickup in a moment, but we'll just move the Ginty back round towards the station here to a stop at the gasometer, and we'll open points number 11 and then number 13, and we'll roll her into the station, and we're going to leave her alongside the M7 with the Southern Region coaches there for later use. Nice stop there. We'll close number 13 and number 11, and then we'll open number 18 and rotate the turntable clockwise. Just look how smoothly she moves towards the turntable there, a tiny clatter of wheels as she goes onto the bridge, and we'll rotate counterclockwise. We're planning to move her forward off the turntable through the points and onto the inside line, and then we'll have a gentle stop just beyond points 18 there, and we'll switch those, and we'll move her back and pick up these wagons. I think we definitely got those, and off into the first radius curve. Now that's a heavy load for any locomotive with all those wheels into that first radius curve. She's effortless into it. Now this model was R.861, available 71 to 75 in this livery. There was a black variant, model number R.264, available in 1972, and then apparently she changed the model number to R.550 in 1973. Look at that. Just a stunning looking model, and it's a lovely collection of wagons there as well. Now we're coming around the first radius curve again, and we're going to come through the crossover onto the outside line. Really nicely behaved with all of those wheels through those points, and we'll switch those behind them. Approaching the incline now. Slowing down a little, but then it is quite a heavy load. Doesn't seem to be making too much work of it, and a gentle stop. And I think we'll have a swift look at the wagons now.
I think the wagons in these little boxes look terrific. They must have been wonderful in the toy shops. Just look at the end of this box. R.861 3-container wagon. Price ticket there. Name of the shop there, Keniston's Cycles and Toys, and the price just written in biro there. This wagon was available 63 to 72. Really nice looking thing, I think. We'll just have a look at the fish fan. Fish fan was available in white slightly earlier on. I'm not sure the date it changed to blue. And the fish fan was available from 52 to 72. Model number R14. And I've got the Triumph Toys container wagon here. This is a great looking thing as well. This is model number R.861, and this was available between 63 and 69. I think we'll have a look at the cattle wagon next, and that was model number R.122, a long running wagon from 1955 to 72. We've got the printing on the end of the box there, R.122 model number. Just have a look at the cable drum wagon here. This is model number R18. This was available 62 to 71. Nothing printed on the end of this box. Something printed on this end though. We've got R18 cable drum wagon, and somebody's written the price in biro there. Lovely things in these little boxes. And finally we've got the Western Region brake van. They must have made thousands of these. And that's model number R.124, and that was available 1955 to 1970. Price just scribbled on the end there in what looks like black magic marker.
Just listen to that as she moves away. Almost silent. It's a completely different sort of noise than the other models that Triumph made. Very powerful, pulling those wagons off into the distance onto the suspension bridge. Now she does tend to pick up a little bit of speed as she comes down the incline here. Look at that. Just backing right off the power. There's hardly anything on the controller there. All of that speed. Calming it down a little bit here into the bend. Excellent view of the valve gear there. And I just love this collection of wagons. It's quite an interesting set. Up towards the station here, and we're going to come through points number 8 back onto the inside line. Very well behaved, all those wagons there, and we'll switch those behind her. Off into the distance again, past the turntable, now approaching the windmill. What we're going to do is bring her around up to the station and bring her to a stop, and we're going to leave the wagons there for the moment. Here she comes. We're going to stop her just short of the gasometer there. Nice and smoothly, and then we're going to move her forward of points 11, leaving the wagons behind her, and we'll switch those, and then we'll move her back into the station, and we'll hook her up with some Maroon coaches, and then we'll just have a quick look at those coaches before we move on.
We'll just swiftly have a look at the coaches in their boxes today. You can see Triumph Hornby box. Sellotape still on here, a bit of staining on there where the price could have been written. And we can see we've got R.422 first second composite coach Maroon with seats. Fairly nice condition these boxes, cellophane's all intact. Beautiful, beautiful coaches. Yeah, we've got the same information on the other end. Have a swift look at the back end of the box. Beautiful bold design there. Made in England, Rovex scale models. We'll just pop that down and have a look at the brake. So this was model number R.423, and just like the composite we were looking at there, it was available between 1962 and 69. And Triumph Hornby box, R.423, the sellotape's torn away some of the printing there. We'll have a quick look at the other end and see if the information's still here. And we've got the price written by hand there. R.423, brake second coach, Maroon with seats. Same bold design on the back, I think. Excellent stuff. I'll just pop that one down and have a look at the buffet. Well, this was available for a slightly shorter time, from 62 to 67. And this is model number R.861, buffet car, maroon with seats. Again, trying Hornby box. Price has been stuck on and taken away at some point. Lovely boxes, beautiful condition coaches. And again, the same bold design on the back of the box there.
Now before we run the Evening Star again, we're just going to put away those wagons. And we're going to use the Ginty again. We'll bring her onto the inside line there, and we'll switch points 11. And then we're going to run around those wagons, and we're going to push them back into the siding there, the passing loop where the English Electric is, with the Pullman coaches, smoothly across the diamond crossing there, and then through point 7. They're nicely behaving again now after the other week. And we'll roll back, pick those wagons up. I think we have those. And then we'll pull them forward clear of points number 9. And then we'll switch those. And then we'll push them back through those points and the diamond crossing. Again, quite a feat with all those wheels, but looking very well behaved. Smoothly across, the Ginty goes across the diamond crossing, a little bit of a wobble. And then we'll leave those there, back onto the inside line, and we'll switch points 9 and number 8 there. And we'll bring them back. We'll stop it just by the gasometer there, and we'll switch points 11. And then back into the sidings there at the station. And we'll bring her to a gentle stop there and switch points 13. And out comes the Evening Star with those beautiful maroon coaches. Beautifully through the points there. And then we'll switch those behind her. Off around the layout into the distance again. Looking really spectacular with those maroon coaches, I think. Around the first radius curve, no effort at all with these 3 coaches. Through the crossover, onto the outside line again. And we'll switch those points behind her. And approaching the incline now. Look at that, smoothly up there. Beautiful set of models. Really great noise. It really is quite different to the other Triang models, as we said earlier. Now I think I'm going to leave you this week with page 5 from the 1971 catalogue, the first year the Evening Star appeared. Thank you very much for watching. If you look back again next week, we'll have something else from this late Triang Hornby period. Goodbye now.